Hello and welcome to Vacations by Tiffany. I'm your go-to travel agent giving you tips and information about cruises, Disney, and more. In this episode, I'm telling you what is and isn't included on Disney Cruise Line. Cruises are a great option for a vacation for families, couples, friends, or solo travelers. One of the main reasons I like cruising is because a majority of what you're doing is paid for in advance, so there's no surprise credit card bills like you might find with a land-based vacation. With that in mind, I'm going to cover what's included on Disney Cruise Line and what is not included. First up, worth mentioning is the food. Not only is a majority of the food included, but I've personally found that Disney has some of my favorite dishes that I've had on any cruise in the included restaurants. And they also have free room service. You just have to pay extra for the tip. There are 3 main dining rooms on each ship, and you'll rotate around to each one during your cruise. There's also a lot of food by the pool, like pizza, veggie burgers, and chicken nuggets. And all of that is included too. Disney is one of the only cruise lines to include sodas in the price. You can get these by the pool, all day and night, and in the buffet, and at breakfast, lunch, and dinner in the main dining room. You'll find the buffet on each of the ships, open for breakfast, lunch, and on some sailings, open for dinner. Other beverages that are included is drip coffee, iced tea, hot tea, and hot chocolate. Soft serve ice cream is a huge hit on cruises with kids and adults too. And you'll find that's included, and even ice cream for dessert at dinner. And don't forget about those Mickey ice cream bars. On certain sailings, you'll find a really awesome character dining experience too, or the frozen dinner show on the Wish. Check out my episode in the Disney Cruise Line playlist all about the Arendelle restaurant. So that's it for the food and beverage side of things. Let's talk about what you'll find in your cabin that's included. Shampoo, conditioner, body wash, soap, lotion, and fresh towels, all there for you to use, and so that's one less thing to pack. As well as towels by the pool and on Castaway Cay. If you've sailed with Disney before, you'll be part of the Castaway Club and then receive a free lanyard to wear during your cruise and to take home as a souvenir. Your room card fits perfectly inside. You'll also get a little gift bag of some sort. I've collected a few different ones from over the years, and I'm excited to see what comes out next. For a full tour of the cabins, be sure to check out my episode from my cruise on the Wish. Now for all the fun things to see and do around the ship that's all included in the cruise fare. Of course, Disney's all about the kids, but there's plenty of things for adults too. A world-class fitness center with top-notch equipment, entertainment like adults-only comedy shows, behind-the-scenes tours, there's an outdoor jogging track around the promenade, and in the evenings, there's live music in the lounges. Some of those lounges even turn into an 18 and up area after a certain time. There's an adults-only newlywed-style game show called Match Your Mate. This is always one of my favorites. There's also trivia and theme trivia, and sometimes you'll find a pub night with game shows and sketch comedy just for adults. All of this entertainment is included, again, in the price of your cruise, along with a beautiful adults-only pool area on each of the ships. Disney Cruise Line has won tons of awards for being the best cruise line for families, and a lot of those award-winning offerings are included in the price of your cruise, like the Oceaneer Club, Edge, and Vibe. These are the youth spaces for kids ages 3 through 17. More fun things for kids and families is the mini golf, deck parties and shows. There's scrapbooking events and coloring pages that'll be out in certain places around the ship. There's also fun towel folding events, animation classes where you can draw a Disney character. There's family-friendly trivia, and Name That Tune, just to name a few of the things that you'll find around the ship during your cruise. The Midship Detective Agency is a very fun, interactive game that you'll find on the Fantasy and the Dream, where you use the enchanted artwork to help solve a mystery with either the Muppets or with your Disney pals. And the fun thing is, you can play more than once during your cruise and get different mysteries. On the new Disney Wish, there's a game called Uncharted Adventure. It's a new augmented reality game featuring some of your favorite Disney characters. Speaking of characters, there's tons of character meet and greets around the ship all day and evening during your whole cruise. There's included princess meet and greets too. You can see Mickey, Minnie, and all of their friends in their formal attire on formal night, wearing their pirate gear on pirate night, and if you're sailing to Alaska, just as an example, they have a winter Alaska outfit as well. There's also a sports deck with basketball and other sports and games all included around the ship. And on the new Wish, there's the Incredibles Incredi Games, where you can compete against a family member or friend to make it through the obstacle course to the end. The free entertainment doesn't stop there with nightly Broadway-style productions in the Walt Disney Theater and first-run movies in the movie theater on board. On Caribbean sailings, you'll likely have a pirate night, complete with fireworks at sea. This is definitely one of my favorite things about Disney Cruise Line. All right, we've covered everything that's included in your Disney cruise, but there's still so much more to do. Now let's talk about everything that is not included in your cruise. First up, I'll mention the gratuities. Your servers at dinner, your cabin attendant, and for all of the cast members behind the scenes, making sure that your vacation is amazing, you'll be charged a gratuity per person per day. If you want, you can prepay those gratuities before you even set sail and have it already covered. Another thing you can get ahead of time, which I highly recommend, is the Travel Protection Plan. You'll have to double check the cost and, of course, what it covers for your specific sailing, but my travel agent tip is to always have some sort of insurance. Something else you can book and prepay ahead of time is your port adventures, or what Disney calls their shore excursions. My travel agent tip is to always book that through the cruise line. Another thing I like to plan ahead for is to book a future cruise or a placeholder while you're on your current cruise. It will give you a smaller deposit and a certain % off of your next Disney cruise. You can also plan ahead and get the Wi-Fi package and photo packages as well, and even book some spa experiences as your cruise date gets closer. You can also usually wait until you're on board and purchase the Wi-Fi or book spa massages and salon appointments at that time as well. All of these things I just mentioned are not included in the cruise fare and will cost extra. Now for some of the food and beverage options that are not included in the cost of your Disney cruise. If you want to check out one of the first-run movies on board, the snacks will cost extra. They have popcorn, candy, and a full bar. Speaking of bars, alcohol like beer, wine, cocktails will cost you extra, and Disney does not have a drink package. But they do offer a drink of the day special, and you can bring your own wine and beer on board at the start of your cruise and at most of the ports you'll visit. While we were in Alaska, we brought some great local craft beer back onto the ship to enjoy. Just double check the amounts that you're allowed to bring. There's also a beer card, a coffee card, wine packages, and a beer cooler that you can get with a number of beers for a low price, and there's lots of other specials around the ship during your cruise. One of my favorite experiences was signing up for a mixology class. We got to go behind the bar at the Skyline Lounge and learn how to make different drinks. There's also wine tastings. Stay tuned because I'd like to get into one of those wine tastings on my next Disney cruise. Specialty coffees like cappuccinos and lattes also cost extra. And you can add alcohol like Bailey's Irish Cream too. There's also non-alcoholic frozen smoothies and drinks for an extra charge. The candy shops on board like Joyful Sweets, Vanellope's Sweets and Treats, and Sweet on You also cost extra for the goodies that they offer. Sodas on the ship are free, but not in the lounges and nightclubs. Also, the sodas in room service are not included. Bottled water will also cost you extra. On each of the ships is at least one specialty restaurant for adults only. You'll find Palo, Remy, and Enchante, each with a different menu, and in addition to dinner reservations, some even have brunch or dessert that you can enjoy. I've had the Palo brunch in the past. Be sure to stay tuned for future episodes because I'm hoping to have dinner in one of the specialty restaurants again soon. And now for the non-food related things that are not included in the price of your cruise. If you're sailing with a baby under the age of 2 and you want to put them in the nursery, there is an extra charge. There's also a laundry facility where you can do your own laundry at an extra charge. On each of the ships, you'll find the Senses Spa, which offers massages and treatments at an extra cost. The fitness center is free, but if they offer spinning classes or any group workout classes, you will pay extra for that. You can also visit the salon on each of the ships. Or there's the Hooks Barbery on the Wish, complete with a bourbon bar. Up on the sports deck, you might find golf simulators that would also cost extra. And for the kids, there's Bippity Boppity Boutique, where they can get a pirate, prince, or princess makeover and the whole outfit for an extra charge. There's lots of shopping and merchandise opportunities on the ships, from purses and attire to fine watches and jewelry. And also on some select sailings, there's a princess tea that you can pay extra for with the Disney princesses. Some of the ships also have an arcade where you can play games for an extra charge. So now we've covered what's included and not included on the ships. If you're sailing in the Caribbean, your cruise will most likely stop at Castaway Cay. Be sure to check out my episode to see what is and isn't included on the island, as well as everything it has to offer. Thank you very much for watching. Be sure to check out my Disney Cruise Line playlist for more tips and information. Please consider subscribing to my channel. I have new episodes coming soon all about cruises, Disney, and more. See you next time.